guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'm back with my weekly analysis. Starting with the Nifty chart. If you notice the way the weekly candle has closed, again, it's more like a half body, half wick. If I zoom on the candlestick, so market tried to go up, and so these are the temptations which you will have the entire week, where I have come across few of the students whom we teach that they did switch to buy when they saw that the market is looking to go up. But always, like I've always said previously also, try to take the trade after the candle close. If you are deciding on the weekly shortlisted trade and last week was looking like a bearish setup, so then once the market is looking to go up, you never know that market will close also in a similar manner. If it would have closed bullish, strongly bullish, then this week onwards we would have start traded. So always stick to your direction for the week. If you are looking at weekly analysis or shortlisting the trades on a weekly basis, if you're doing that on a daily basis, then you can check the same thing on the daily time frame. But if you're checking the weekly time frame, then you have to wait for the candle to close and then you plan for the next week. Like for example, this coming week, since the market is half wick, half body, but still it hasn't broken the high. It is completely getting rejected. So half body, half wick is mainly indecisive candles. So that's why we would check the daily time frame. And if you notice the daily time frame, market is clearly forming, it's playing around this level as in when, so it is at this moving average, which you can clearly say it's sideways. Whenever the moving average in between the market movement, it's a clear indication of sideways. So you have to take a call when market is either breaks this level or it breaks this low. So this is more like a symmetrical triangle sort of a formation where market is converging and coming together. And once it this either the high breaks or the low breaks, you can decide which side the market will be. If I have to still take a side, I would be more on the sell side because market is clearly rejecting the resistance every time. So if I'll open the weekly chart also, you can see that. So if you see last 2 weeks candle before the indecisive candles, there was an engulfing and then the market had a bearish candle. So still market has more dominance of the sellers just now. So if I have to choose, that's why I said I would have more preference towards the shorting side rather being on the buy side. And you would have more clarity when you will see Bank Nifty chart. So Bank Nifty also, if you remember last time also when I last week when I posted the video, this is the pullback which I'm expecting. I'm not talking about the overall trend. Overall trend, definitely market has been strongly bullish, so it will be a bullish trend. But we are expecting some pullback. So first level of pullback is somewhere around this level, which was the previous breakout level. Also, if you will draw your Fibonacci from low to high, sorry, yeah, Fibonacci from low to high. Okay. So if the market breaks around this level, then this is the next. So around this area is what you can expect market to do the first pullback. Around this area, we need to see how the market, how the candles are forming. If we get some rejection candles like this, which means the pullback is done, now the market is resuming the trend. So still Bank Nifty is in a phase of pullback. Don't be in a hurry of buying the stocks, thinking just one spike does not tells you, does not determines the trend for that week. Just wait for the candle closing. So last on the basis of last week closing and the way the structure is formed, we are more on the sell side. We are waiting for the market to continue the pullback. If you, since this week is indecisive, not a very clear week, you can keep checking your daily closes instead of weekly. So till the time market is see, it's more in a range, right? If it breaks the low, then it means it will continue to do the pullback. Let me delete it. See, if it breaks the low of the previous day's candle, which means it continues to do the pullback. If it keeps paying the swing highs, then you can be on the buy side. But breaking means with a body dominant break. Okay, so this is more like a consolidation. If also I would see it is more in a channel formation, something like this, right? So it is looking to come down at least till this level, which will also coincide. Okay, yeah. So this is the first level of support which market is constantly taking. Can you see here? If the market breaks below, then this will be the next level of support in the daily chart. If I'll zoom out, zoom out the chart completely, you can see this level working, right? So if this breaks, which means a body dominant candle closes below, then you can expect the market first support level will be here and then the next support level will be here. If you're not good with trend lines, then you can easily draw a Fibo level here. Okay, and then you can decide level by level. So if 38.2 breaks, then you can target for 50 or 61.8, whichever level you get a bullish candle confirmation from where you can expect market to go up. But just now clearly, if you notice, it is constantly getting pushed on the downside because you can see lower highs are forming. So lower highs is an indication of downside push. This will be, it should break this high with a body dominant candle, which means the market is looking to push up. Like see this candle, when it broke the previous resistance, then it confirmed for buy. So something like that. But as of now, looks like a short, looks like selling. So I have shortlisted 3 stocks which I think are giving good shorting opportunity. So you can short it for intraday for that day itself, or you can short it using options futures, whatever is comfortable for you. So this is one. I'll open the weekly chart and I'll show you on that. According to that, you can go to smaller time frames and accordingly trade. So this is one setup which is IndusInd Bank. This clearly looks like a breakout pullback setup to me. So if you will notice, this was a strong support, right? Also, this trend line can be drawn in different perspective, like something like this as well. If you have drawn something like this, then this is also correct. It's about the testing the points. So here it is also testing few points. Here did the breakout, did a pullback. Also, if you're not good with trend lines, then you can draw previous swing high to low. See, it's exactly rejecting 61.8 and also the 200 moving average is there. So this whole area looks like a strong confluence resistance area. And wherever you get an opportunity in a smaller time frame, you can be on the shorting side and you can first target up till this level. Depending on the candle close, you can also extend your target to 38.2. So this is one trade setup which looks really good. Next one is SBI. SBI is also good because it has got rejected. It did a very strong move a month back, but after that it has been a little slow, but looking to constantly going down, but slowly, not that in that speed. But it still continues to, looks to go down because it is exactly at the resistance if you see, and it since this was a vertical fall, once it picks up momentum, you can expect a good fall happening here as well. So this would be a very good risk to reward trade. That's why it's in my list. And next target would be around 200. That's the main target because that was also the breakout level. So see here, this was also the breakout level. So this is the long-term target if I have to keep and if it starts falling. And if Nifty, Bank Nifty starts doing the major pullback, then this is the level you can expect the market to fall down. And the third one is Tata Motors. Tata Motors, why? Because last week has closed like a good rejection candle. Also, you have to see at what level it has showed that. So if you will draw the Fibo, you will get to see that level. So it is exactly rejecting 50% here. Also, if you will zoom out and you will see such a strong support was there which was broken and did a pullback. So again it's more like a level which is getting rejected because of the previous data. This was a strong support which was broken and then market has done the pullback in there. So these are the 3 very strong shorting trade setups which I can see for this week. I know we look more of buying opportunities, especially if you're trading in Indian cash markets. But since Nifty, Bank Nifty, I would not look to buy this week again because it's still doing the pullback. So don't be in a hurry. Don't get tempted by the spikes in the market and wait for proper opportunities. Like for example, see Tata Motors did go up, but after a proper breakout pullback opportunity. See, this was a resistance, did a breakout, did a pullback, pin bar as a confirmation, and then it had gone up till the next resistance. So likewise, similar, it is at a very good price Once you get an opportunity, you can sell and then you can target accordingly. So this is about Indian market for this week. Now let me move to Forex market. Forex market, as expected, last week exactly did the same thing. So if you notice, dollar index, it did had a rejection, right, last week, and also it was at a support. If you remember, if you would have noticed last week, I did mention about this support as well. And after that, market has clearly gone up, broken this resistance, which was getting respected again and again, clearly broken that. So if you would have been on the buying side of dollar, you would have made good amount of money. Also, you can enter since it's Monday. I would say don't be in a hurry to enter, but be on the buying side of dollar. Okay, and whenever you are on the buy side of dollar, automatically means it has an inverse correlation between gold and dollar. It means you need to be on the sell side of gold and see the type of fall happening in gold, because a breakout has happened here. If I'll draw the channel, which was actually this currently is a decent support. Also when I'm drawing the channel, I can see that, so you can be a little careful around this level. See, horizontally also it's a decent support level, which means that it can do a good pullback, because this was the previous support. If you see in the dotted line, this that is broken. So after some pullback somewhere around here, you can again expect one fall. So overall, if dollar continues to go up, you can expect gold to fall down till this level, but after some pullback. Okay, so you can wait for good entries. Don't enter at the current price. Wait for proper pullback or wait for proper breakout and then let the pullback happen and then you can enter. So that's about gold. But see, it is clearly falling. You can see the inverse chart. If gold dollar is going up, you can see gold is falling down. Same silver also, you can see the fall is happening. And since gold was reaching a support level, and also you can notice that in the silver chart. So once this breaks this support area, also if you notice it like this, once this breaks, you can see another good fall till this level and then till this level. So that's about silver. Since we are bullish on dollar, automatically the major pairs we have a very clear confirmation, like sell euro USD. See, you can see also last week if you would have sold, you would have make good amount of money. Same way, all the currencies, if you see New Zealand USD, GBP USD, also AUD USD. It did a pullback, but it did a decent fall, not that much like Euro. New Zealand GBP and AUD did not fall that much like Euro, because Euro was way more weaker and dollar was strong. So that's why we can see a very clear fall here. USD CAD. Also, see USD CAD here, the scene is that dollar was also bullish. At the same time, oil was also bullish. So let me first show you US oil chart so you will understand. So oil, if you notice the way the candle has closed, it is clearly strongly indicating on the buy side. It is a clear breakout. Just now, this is the pullback. See, the candle like this, don't take a decision that it's showing a reversal or it's a pin bar forming. We decide on the forming of the candle. Once it has closed like this, then we will say that. But just now it's a part of the pullback. Once market reaches around this level, you can look to buy, because market clearly has done the breakout. Now it's doing the pullback. Okay, so oil is also equally strong and even more strong. So oil was very strong, dollar was very strong. So once you come across both the strong pairs, that you can see in USD CAD. See, CAD has clear correlation with oil. If oil goes up, Canadian dollar goes up. Okay, so if you are here, if you're trading on USD CAD, you will be stuck. Reason being, I'll use the annotate option and use you. If we are trading on USD CAD here, okay, so USD is going up, right? And Canadian dollar is also going up. So see, as a currency, if dollar is strong, okay, and CAD was weak, oil was weak, then USD CAD would have been a strong bullish trend. Since both are strong, so if dollar is going up, then USD CAD is going up. If CAD is going up, then USD CAD as a currency is falling down, because it's a second pair, right? So what happens is there's a confusion, and that's why there is an indecision candle closing. right? Ideally, the way oil has gone up, same thing, Canadian dollar should also have gone up, which means this should have fallen down, USD CAD as a pair. But it did not happen because the dollar was also strong. So when dollar was going up, it was pushing the dollar USD CAD up. When oil was going up, it was pushing the USD CAD down. So that's why there was indecision and market has closed like an indecisive candle. And on the contrary, if you will see Euro CAD as a pair, because Euro was strongly weak and CAD was strong, so Euro CAD you can clearly see a downside move. So if I'll open the chart, see the candle of last week. Can you notice the difference? See, this is the candle of EuroCAD. Such type of movement happens when you go ahead for one strong, one weak currency. So euro is weak, that's why EuroCAD is falling down. CAD is strong because of oil, that's why EuroCAD is falling down. Second pair, it's the inverse thing. If CAD is strong as a pair, EuroCAD will fall down. So both ways it was getting the support, and that's why the fall was like this, and it looks to continue to fall down because if you will see this pair EuroCAD, that's why I'm also showing you, it has the target level is somewhere around here. But don't sell at the current price, wait for some pullbacks and then you can enter, so that risk to reward is something which you gain on. Go for lesser risk because market has moved so much. There could be a possibility of some pullback happening, then enter so that you have a lesser risk and more reward. So any of the CAD pairs, if you associate with a weak currency, you would have seen a good movement happening. Like for example, what other currency, let's say GBP CAD. I mean, GBP was not that weak, but CAD was strong. So see, GBP CAD, you can see New Zealand CAD, right? There was a pin bar. After that, the market has fallen. And you can see AUD CAD also. So everywhere, because of CAD going up, oil going up, other currencies, wherever the CAD is a second pair, it has fallen down. Okay, so if you will choose one strong one weak, that's why USD CAD we cannot see that type of fall. It's an indecisive pattern, right? Because we have a spike also on the upside. So dollar was trying to push the currency up, CAD was trying to push it down. So that's why it is sideways. So I hope this would not make you make it more confusing. You will understand it because if you know correlations, you can shortlist your trades properly. Like this week also we know dollar is good, but you should shortlist with currency like Euro USD, which is looking weak against dollar. And preference should be like USD CHF. See the upside move. Dollar is strong, CHF is clearly weak. That's why we can see such a move, and you can expect the target up till this level. So such currencies should be given more preference than maybe New Zealand, maybe GBP, maybe AUD, because currently it's not showing much. I mean, GBP is not looking very weak because if you will see GBP, you are not seeing much of a sell here. See, it's not very weak. It's not indicating for sell. So you should always pair up one strong, one weak, then you will see very good results here. So USD JPY also, if you see, dollar has gone up, JPY is weak. So that's why you can see a clear trending move. So here this week, what weak currencies looks like is JPY, Canadian dollar, weak currency in the sense, dollar, yeah, JPY, and then we have euro, which looks weak, and then we have CHF. So these are the three pairs you can pair up your dollar with, and you can give your preference, but wait for some pullback and then you can enter. These three are also fine, but they are not that good. If you want to trade CAD with a weaker currency, like for example, Euro CAD is good to trade. Euro CHF would be good to trade. See, you can see if you go with correlations, you will see a lot of results happening that ways. Okay, so overall, if you want to understand, dollar looks strong, oil looks strong, which makes Canadian dollar look strong. Apart from that, there are certain currencies which looks weak, which is JPY. Euro looks weak, CHF looks weak. New Zealand GBP and AUD depends on which currency you pair up with. If you will pair up New Zealand with dollar, definitely New Zealand will look weak, right? So I hope this gives you a briefing on what to stick upon. But wait for proper pullbacks, and then you can enter your trades. So this is about all about this week, and I hope you would trade with proper risk management. Don't be in a hurry to enter the trades right away, all the trades on Monday itself. Wait for proper pullbacks, proper entries, and then you should enter for the setups. So thank you guys. I'll meet again next week.